Other questions? Yeah.
You just talked about doing artist direct deals, and you talked about the reason that you don't do it very often is because the record label takes care of the marketing and the promotion and all that. Well, I am an independent artist, and I'm recording a record right now, and I'm also writing my own business and marketing plan. What else do I need to do to get you to do it?
You have most of the components. The rest of the stuff is the stuff that you're going to have very difficult to, is the difficult stuff, is money and leverage. I get calls from like 50-year-old guys from Vegas that have millions of dollars, right? So they sold their software company, they go to Vegas, and they decide they want to become a dance act.
You sign them right up. Right?
So they build a studio, they spend $5 million building a state-of-the-art studio, which obviously you don't really need anymore. They spend another $2 million on a video that nobody's going to play. And the thing that they don't have is credible music, a way to reach an audience or determining what that audience might be, and leverage. So even if you have money, the one thing that an independent artist doesn't have, even with established independent artists or majors, is leverage. And what is leverage? Leverage is, I'll go back to my U2 days. When I was a promotion guy that had a promotion for Island, the fact that I had a U2 record coming every 3 years meant that I could call any radio station in the country and say, hey, you want to do something with U2 who has a new record in 6 months? I have a record by this young lady sitting in the third row on the back. You're going to play that. Because if you don't play that, I'm not going to help you with U2. That's leverage. And the money, the unlimited money doesn't get you that. Now, relationships and expertise and being in the business and developing all that stuff, I don't want to downplay any of that because it's all hugely important. But it's the one thing that you won't ever have. Do you earn it at some point? Yes. Does Saddle Creek now have it? Absolutely. Did they have it 3 years ago? No. How did they get it? They put out one good record after another. They didn't make mistakes. They didn't get ahead of themselves. They didn't try to do stupid stuff. They literally just nudged their projects along very intelligently, and they earned everybody's respect. And now they have leverage.
They connected with their constituency very well, too.
And I'll have to say, and again, I'll use a Bradé's example. There's a, can I say fuck?
Please, yeah.
There's a couple of prominent fucks on the record.
Did you distribute Fuck? Fuck was signed to
we actually distributed a band called Fuck, yes. Okay. Fuck is a problem. Fuck means that you have to put a sticker on it, generally. It's the PA sticker, the parental advisory sticker. Well, there's a couple of fucks on the record. They're on both records, actually. So, again, you can imagine the conversation in talking to Connor, who didn't want to put a barcode on his record, so you can imagine he probably didn't want to put a parental advisory sticker on his record. Well, Walmart won't carry records that have fucks on them. So we started going with this. We started the marketing plan. When we said this is all really driven by the label. We just act it out. We're like the foot soldiers. So the label started basically their upfront marketing, which in this case was a lot of press. We actually got a call from not the guys that supply Walmart with the records, but the Walmart people themselves. Why don't we have this record? And the reason was because we went to them and presented to them and say, hey, we're just telling you straight out, this doesn't have a sticker on it, but it's got a bunch of fucks on it. So if you want to buy it, we'd love to sell it to you. But if you don't want to have that material in your stores, we understand. They were so caught up, just as everybody was, in what was happening with that record. They were feeling it. And I don't know how you describe that, really. What did they feel? I don't know. The cover of every magazine, people in the store asking about it, clerks there saying, hey, are we going to have this? I mean, a large part of their workforce in a lot of cases is kids in areas where Walmart's the only place to buy records, and the kids are going to school and they work at Walmart. So they want to know.
Just like Connor.
Yeah, they all look just like Connor. So, did they have the record? No. Ultimately, they decided they didn't want it because they felt that they have an image to uphold, and I understand it. Makes sense to me. We didn't sell it to them, but they were feeling the record, which I got to tell you was one of the most gratifying calls I ever got.